Are animal abusers getting away with it? Join me as I dig deep to find out if animal abusers are really getting away with their crimes. This is Dr. Mark, animal advocate, longtime animal rescuer, author, journalist, and former deputy sheriff. Animal abuse is a rampant problem that affects millions of innocent creatures every year. It's a staggering reality that's often hidden from public view, and yet, it's an issue that we can no longer afford to ignore. From brutal beatings to deliberate neglect, the forms of animal abuse are as varied as they are horrific. And while it's true that some perpetrators do face justice, the question remains, are animal abusers really getting away with it? One of the biggest challenges in prosecuting animal abusers is the lack of resources and funding dedicated to these cases. In many jurisdictions, animal cruelty is not taken seriously, and as a result, cases often fall by the wayside. Additionally, the laws governing animal abuse are often outdated and inadequate, making it difficult for prosecutors to secure convictions. Furthermore, law enforcement agencies often lack the training and expertise needed to properly investigate animal abuse cases. To make matters worse, many cases of animal abuse go unreported, leaving perpetrators free to continue their cruel actions with impunity. The lack of attention and resources dedicated to animal abuse cases can also be attributed to the fact that they're often seen as lesser crimes. This mindset is not only misguided but also dangerous, as it allows animal abusers to feel emboldened and above the law. The consequences of this attitude are devastating. Animals suffer, and their abusers are often free to continue their violent ways. Moreover, the link between animal abuse and other forms of violence, such as domestic violence and child abuse, cannot be overstated. It's clear that tackling animal abuse requires a multifaceted approach that addresses these underlying connections. Securing convictions in cases of animal abuse can be a challenging endeavor. Many famous cases have highlighted the difficulties faced by law enforcement and prosecutors. These cases, though often high-profile, underscore the need for stronger legal frameworks and more robust enforcement mechanisms. The fight against animal abuse is further hampered by the fact that it's often difficult to secure convictions. Even when cases do make it to court, the punishments handed down are often lenient and fail to reflect the severity of the crimes committed. This lack of accountability sends a dangerous message that animal abuse is not taken seriously and that perpetrators will face little to no consequences for their actions. There are countless cases of animal abuse that have sparked outrage and disbelief around the world. Take, for example, the case of a dog named Puppy Doe, who was brutally beaten and left for dead on a sidewalk. The perpetrator was eventually caught and convicted, but the sentence was a mere 2 years in prison, widely seen as inadequate given the severity of the crime. Or, consider the cases of factory farm workers who have been caught on camera engaging in systemic animal abuse with little to no consequence. These cases illustrate not only the prevalence of animal abuse, but also the woeful inadequacy of our legal system in addressing it. One case that still haunts me to this day is that of a young horse named Justice, who was subjected to unimaginable cruelty at the hands of her owner. The images of her emaciated body and broken spirit are seared into my memory, and they serve as a stark reminder of the worst of humanity. Justice's case finally got the attention it deserved, and her abuser was eventually brought to justice. But the fact that it took so long, and that there are countless other cases just like it, is a sobering reminder of the work that still needs to be done. The case of Justice is a powerful reminder of why we need to keep fighting against animal abuse. It's a fight that requires us to confront the darkest aspects of human nature, but it's also a fight that can bring about real change and justice for the animals who need our protection. Justice's story is a testament to the power of advocacy and the importance of speaking out against animal abuse. In conclusion, it's clear that animal abusers are not always brought to justice, and that the system often fails to hold them accountable. We need to do better, not just for the animals who suffer at their hands, but for our own humanity. By speaking out, sharing our stories, and demanding change, we can create a world where animal abuse is never tolerated, and where those who commit these heinous crimes are held accountable. Animal lovers, step up, tell your local representatives, chief of police, sheriff that you need to do your job. Your excuses are inexcusable. We want to see change. Thanks for watching, and if you'd like to share your thoughts on this important issue, please leave them in the comments below. If you'd like to learn more about animal rights and how you can make a difference, be sure to check out our other video on the topic. We offer some 200+ videos between our two channels, Pawsitive Personals and Pet News USA Advocate. Please join us in our fight to help animals by subscribing, sharing, and commenting. We need your support.